Welcome to the channel, Analytical Topics. We in the judge's chamber right now. Yeah, because it seems like this administration don't know nothing about these laws in the books that's back here. Huh? Like, for instance, Mr. Scott Bessent right here testified before the Senate Banking Committee. Yeah, this is like, he's on trial. You have to answer questions. But as far as like attacking people, like this is Def Comedy Jam, that is not proper decor when it comes to politics. Well, it wasn't, but now in this administration, that's what it is, Comedy Central. So Mr. Scott Bessent, Treasury Secretary, is asked a few things. Yeah, him and Trump is the reason why the economy's all messed up.
Critical, political, analytical.
This is Senator Miss Warren from Massachusetts, UMass, and she asks Scott Bessent about affordability because Trump says it's a hoax. So she just asks him a few questions, and let's see what Mr. Scott Bessent answers are.
Let's just start with a little truth-telling about the Trump economy 1 year in. Affordability is the top concern for Americans across the country. Donald Trump has called affordability, I want to get this right, a hoax. He's called it a scam. He's called it a con job. You're the Secretary of Treasury. You know the numbers. Is affordability a hoax, a scam, or a con job?
Senator, it may be a bit nuanced for you, but what President Trump is
See
referring
see that? That's an attack. A straight attack. See, that's all he know how to do. He can't answer the question, so he's going to throw a little jab. And he's still not going to answer the question. Well, he answered the question. Well, he did answer the question in his way. But he didn't answer the question.
is referring to is the media saying that the affordability crisis was generated by this administration when it was you and President Biden who destroyed the buying power.
That's not the question. Is affordability a hoax? That's the question.
Of the American people. So there is an affordability crisis, and you were front and center in it.
So let me...
She didn't say crisis. She said hoax. Hoax.
make sure that I understand. Donald Trump is not saying that affordability, what's happening to families right now, is a hoax?
He is saying that trying to lay the blame at this administration rather than the Biden-Warren economy is a hoax.
Okay, so it all happened before he got it. And everything that's happened since then, nothing is a hoax.
Got him. Get your ass about it there. So Ms. Warren asked him another question about groceries, because Trump said day one he gonna lower groceries. He said he gonna lower groceries. I didn't believe that motherfucker when I first heard him, but MAGA, y'all believe that that is something that he can do. Okay. So she asked him about, grocery prices. Are groceries lowered in Trump's first year? Are they lowered? And let's hear Mr. Bessent's answer.
Last week, President Trump said, quote, "We have the groceries going down." Did grocery prices drop in 2025?
Numerous.
You heard the question. Did grocery prices drop down in 2025? That's the question.
Prices have.
Did grocery prices drop in 2025?
Numerous grocery prices have gone down.
I'm sorry, I don't know if you can't hear me. Did grocery prices drop in 2025?
Numerous grocery prices have gone down. And in fact, we have seen inflation at 2.1%.
Oh, God.
Have you seen the Bureau of Labor Statistics?
Now, she about to whoop him with his own belt. The Bureau of Statistics, this is the Trump administration Bureau of Statistics, she about to throw at him. And he's spitting some numbers from out of his paper, whatever, but he ain't giving no facts. Meaning not no facts, no research. Where you getting this data from? Where you getting this data from? You just spewing numbers.
That it's Donald Trump's own Bureau of Labor Statistics numbers that report that grocery prices were 2.4% higher at the end of 2025.
Higher. So if they high in 2025, that means they should be going down, right? Right?
Than they were at the end of 2024.
Whoa, hold it, bro, hold it. 2025, the prices are higher than 2024. So if the prices are high in 2025, that means nah. But he said they're going down though. He said they're going down.
Trump's own Department of Agriculture has projected that those prices would climb higher in 2026. And under Donald Trump, families are paying more and more for groceries.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I don't even know what he talking about. I just looked up some because they always talking about the Biden administration, the Biden. I just looked up a chart about when Biden was in. They said on the chart, the political chart. I'm gonna show you the chart. Job growth in Biden's first 3 years is faster than any of his four predecessors. So that means Mr. Trump too. I'll get my source from. And the source is the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis. Well, let me zoom this out. You see this, right? You got Biden, growth, higher. Job growth. Now, where is this guy? You see this guy right here? See this guy, right? That's what they're talking about, that guy. This guy is right here. This is job growth. This is job growth. There. And then for some reason, it flatlines. It flatlines. How the fuck? And you can tell this is where he been stealing shit on them cryptos. How he get the $1 billion. How he got the. But this is my thing. You see this man right here in the blue? Everybody talking highly about this. Yo, look at this man. Look at this. What growth? It went straight down. And it made a U. It made a big U. Man, listen. Shit is all crooked. So Miss Warren asked Scott Bessent one last question. And she asked him about an appointee that he put on the Fed chair. And I guess Donald Trump is now suing him. And she asked him that question: is Donald Trump suing him, or was that a joke? And let's see what Scott Bessent answer is again.
Secretary Bessent, I have one more question for you while I have you here. You ran the search for Donald Trump's Fed chair nominee, and Trump promised, quote, anyone that disagrees with me will never be Fed chairman. Kevin Warsh got the nod last Friday, and then over the weekend, Donald Trump joked that he would sue Mr. Warsh if he failed to lower interest rates. At least, I think it was a joke. But just in case, this should be an easy one, Mr. Secretary. Can you commit right here and now that Trump's Fed nominee, Kevin Warsh, will not be sued, will not be investigated by the Department of Justice if he doesn't cut interest rates exactly the way that Donald Trump wants?
That is up to the president.
Whatever the fuck MAGA they get up there and it's lying.
Figure out what
Can you commit that you will?
Oh my God!
Can you commit that you will not hold up?
Be sued if he doesn't drop interest rates.
Can you?
And he won't be criminally investigated.
Answer the question. Yes or no? You gonna sue him or not?
The president also made a joke about you that I won't repeat, Senator Warren.
That was the
Actually, I will. He said he had reservations.
If this was a joke, why not just say so?
It was a joke, and he made a joke about you too, Senator Warren.
Yes,
got a lot of laughs. Got a
Yeah.
lot of laughs.
Yeah.
What the fuck does that mean? It got a lot of laughs.
I don't know if you want to respond
You know,
to that.
I do
But
want to
what I
respond.
can't
I
tell
don't
you
think
to
the American
is
people
Mr.
are
Ward is
laughing,
high,
the ones who are
and
struggling
why
with
don't you
affordability.
why don't
Facts. Know what I mean?
So I guess there's another Miss Cortez that's a Democrat representative, but it's no AOC. It's Miss Cortez Besto from Vegas, and she asked Scott Bessent an economy question about tourism and, you know, why it's low. Can we fix this? And check out his answer again. Fucking MAGAs.
Tourism makes up nearly 30% of Nevada's economy, generating $24.4 billion in total wages. This administration's blanket tariffs and insulting rhetoric towards our closest allies are damaging America's tourism economy. The U.S. saw 12 straight months of declining visitors from Canada last year. The top international market for Las Vegas, that's roughly a 20% decrease for my state. The question to you is, will you apologize for driving away visitors and hurting our working families?
A couple of things, Senator. One is the
Whoa. What's up with your face? Why your face so twisted, bro? Well, what's up with y'all? Y'all dudes on over there on that Republican MAGA side, y'all love wearing makeup. I know there's other Republicans that don't wear makeup, but y'all in that circle be wearing a lot of makeup. I don't get that.
economy is doing poorly, so perhaps part of that, maybe we should deconstruct the why Canadian tourism is down, and two, that it's a choice by the Canadians in terms of where they want to go. And so if you think that should we pull down all of our trade barriers with China so that 1.4 billion people can fill up the hotel rooms in Las Vegas?
So this is the data from the Commerce Department, this administration's Commerce Department on National Travel and Tourism Office.
Sorry, Scott. I gotta give you a. Fuck out of here.
In travelers from October 24th to the 25th. It's not just from Canada. It's from Germany. It's from the Netherlands. It's from Australia. It's New Zealand. It's India. It's Vietnam. It's Philippines. We are seeing under this administration a U.S. Travel Association travel.
Not the Biden.
Dealing with now nearly a $70 billion travel trade deficit for 2025.
Damn. Senator Van Hollen from Maryland, get straight to it. He don't ask about no goddamn economy. He don't ask about number no groceries. He gets straight to it about something he said about Alex Preddy. And once again, here is his answer.
Secretary, I think you would agree that the credibility of the Secretary of the Treasury is important.
Why are you smiling?
And I want to give you a chance to retract a statement that you made on national TV. Alex Preddy was shot 10 times.
Goddamn.
And killed by federal agents in Minneapolis. The administration, some administration called him a, quote, domestic terrorist.
Stephen Miller called him a wannabe assassin. That's what he called him too.
You suggested that Alex Preddy was culpable in his own killing because he had a gun in his waistband holster, which he was licensed to carry.
Legally.
When asked, you said, quote, I'm sorry this gentleman is dead, but, and you went on to say he had a weapon, suggesting that he was culpable in his own killing. So, Mr. Secretary, today, would you like to retract that statement?
I would not. And would you
What?
like to express remorse over the death of Ashley Babbitt here in the Capitol?
Shut your
I have
ass up.
expressed remorse over that. So I've done that, Mr.
And
Secretary. Mr.
I
Secretary, please don't
remorse.
So you think, I have other questions, but I actually would have expected you to take this opportunity to rephrase your response to that question. So you think the fact that he legally had a gun justified his killing?
Watch it.
I didn't say that at all.
You said, do you think he was
Whoa. You said he was culpable of his own death because he had a gun on him.
culpable, partly to blame in his own killing because he had a gun?
They did not say that.
Yeah, they think they slick. They think they slick. No.
I'm asking you a question now. Do you believe he was in any way culpable for his own killing because he legally carried a gun?
Again, this is an FSOC hearing.
Yeah.
So,
But you're the
why don't we
Secretary of the
talk-
Treasury.
Why don't we talk about financial stability and oversight?
I'm happy to, Mr. Secretary, but your credibility is important.
Yeah, he trying to run. He trying to get up out of there.
When do you think they'll hold general elections in Iraq?
Damn, I knew I shouldn't have called on this nigga. I shouldn't have called on you because you're always trying to distract with things like the war and skirt all the real issues. Gay people are getting married, folks. Yes.
Yeah, let's talk about the economy. And then when you want to talk about the economy, he want to revert it and say something about you. You see these motherfuckers?
In that response, you really, I think, let down the country because we expect honesty.
Now, this is my favorite part of the whole hearing is when Tom Tillis, and he didn't even ask him no question. He just straight politically just slapped Scott Bessent in his face. Straight up slapped him. And Trump. This one was funny.
Mr. Bessent, thank you for being here. I'm going to give you a breather. I got a statement to make that I don't expect you to respond to. Mr. Chairman, I seek unanimous consent to put into the record the statement of various banking committee members with respect to the testimony of Chair Powell and his last hearing here. Chairman, that's a list of members who have indicated that they did not see criminal intent in his comments here before he was in the banking committee. The reason I brought this up is I had a reporter yesterday challenge me on why it was inappropriate for a sitting member to question a pending investigation. I never do that. But I told the reporter I did it because I was actually a witness at the alleged scene of the crime. But we've all said that he was testifying and we didn't see a crime. And so I'm reminded, I don't know about you all, I watch Forensic Files. I've been watching it for years. And I'm kind of thinking about the scene would go like this. In spite of 7 witnesses, eyewitnesses saying no crime was committed, the prosecutor thinks otherwise. And then you hear that music and you cut to commercial. So I do think it's fine for me, being a witness at the scene of the alleged crime, saying that we got a majority of people on this side of the aisle that didn't think a crime got committed either. If we do this sort of stuff, I believe that future hearings for the Treasury Secretary and other members will be a lot like that Chappelle skit.
He don't know what that is. He don't know what that is.
They're going to be flanked with attorneys, and anytime that they think that they're in the middle of a perjury trap, they're probably just going to say, I'll submit it to the record after consultation with my attorneys.
Is it true you were a crack cocaine dealer for 7 years?
I plead the fifth.
Exactly how much money did you earn in your time as a crack cocaine dealer?
I plead the fifth. 5. Anything you say, fifth. Go ahead, ask me a question.
Did you?
I don't expect an answer.
Yeah,
to
it's
the question,
looking like
but
that.
I did want to get that off my chest, so I gave a more fulsome answer to that reporter who asked why it was that I was a.
Scott Bessent, he don't know about that episode. He heard of Dave Chappelle, but he don't know about that episode.
Mr. Secretary, I'm thrilled that you're in the role you're in. And I think you're a steady influence. I know that I've been public about criticizing certain president's advisors. You're certainly not one of them.
Oh, that's a slap. Boy!
Two.
Come on.
Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. subscribe. Thanks for watching.